We are now seeing extremely bullish price action on GameStop stock price. And the question lies, can they actually stop what is coming? Everybody is giving a bunch of information on the warrants, which we have too as well. And we have done deep dives, but can short sellers actually manipulate the price back down without triggering this squeeze by October? That is something that we're going to talk about in today's video. So make sure to like the video on your way in here. Before I do that, I want to talk about USAU really quick. Look at this 4-hour chart with these candlesticks ripping. Now, I'm bringing it to your attention because it's about to break this high right around $14.15 and potentially hit 1875, which is a 33% gain. I say 1875 because that is the analyst price target that we have on this company. Now, this company has actually been ripping since December or January 2024, December of 2023, right? And since January of 2021 has built out this massive cup. We recently got the handle, and now we are on the first wave, and that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. This is huge what recently came out. President Donald J. Trump unleashing America's offshore critical mineral and resource project. Gold is at all-time highs, and this company actually benefits from gold pumping, as well as the expectation of copper doubling by 2030 with EVs, electrification, and infrastructure. And that could possibly grow at an even faster rate or a larger rate, right? Not to mention, the company is already fully permitted and shovel ready, and they already have projects going, as well as treasury that they hold, right? They have a stock reserve that they hold already, and on top of that, backed by billionaires. One of them being Eric Sprott. Now, there's a difference between a millionaire and billionaire. You see that this is pretty big for the company. Ultimately, the company has a very good looking chart, in my humble opinion, with a very good short-term price target, with very strong backing, very strong catalyst going forward, and actually a lot of the competitors aren't fully permitted and shovel ready like they are to jump into this space. So I wanted to bring this to your radar. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Back into GameStop. GameStop got perfectly rejected at 25.40. We talked about it in the video we uploaded earlier today. If you guys didn't watch that, make sure to go watch that. The question lies, can they actually stop this? And I got an interesting answer. So there's a few ways that short sellers can suppress this, and I'm going to talk about it really quick. But there is a way around that suppression, and I'm also going to bring that up. I'm going to try to keep this short, sweet, simple, to the point. They can try to delay the clearinghouses. The DTCC or clearinghouses can allow brokers to fail to deliver and buy time. Now, there's a loophole around this, and it's that, well, can they actually fail to deliver warrants if someone exercises them? Well, not necessarily, right? Can't really fail to deliver warrants. Also, one thing I wanted to note that I didn't really realize is that shorts owe back not only the warrant, but the borrowed share to the lender, which is insane. So two good hits for us already off the back bend of some bearish news, right? The cash payment. The cash payment's a big one people talk about, and we talked about it as well. Brokers are going to try to settle you in cash if they can't deliver the warrant. Now, if you push back and you say no, and it's not in their fine print that they can just give you cash, then you should be all set. And if you're not all set, that opens doors for a lawsuit. I can't tell anybody what to buy, hold, or sell, or what to do. I'm just stating that this is a possibility of what could happen based on, everybody's opinion, people's opinions. Now, FINRA and SEC could also step in and basically shut the thing down for market stability, but we haven't seen something crazy like that since 08, given we have seen some small things or things like that, right? So that's another debunker. Forced buy-ins could happen if everything goes through, and the forced recall can happen if everything goes through, and institutions are going to want their warrants, in my humble opinion. Now, shorts can't cancel or change the dividend date. That's why I said they can't really fail to deliver on this. They also can't conjure more warrants than GameStop issued. So that's another thing as well. That's a finite amount of warrants that they issued to make up for exactly specifically the float, as well as the bond offerings that bondholders hold. So they can try to delay. So in the short term, they can attempt to delay, or brokers can attempt to pay you out in cash, and that's about it. But in the long term, the obligation is still there. Now, how can they actually 100% not get out of it if those are the only two ways? The no escape scenario is DRS, direct registration. We've talked about it a lot, And I know no one wants to DRS their shares. It's not a fun process or a point to do it, right? Because you want to be that, everyone wants to be that last person that doesn't DRS, but you know, everyone else makes a squeeze happen by DRSing. I know how you feel, guys. But shares on the company's books must receive their entitlement, and there is no middleman. There is no substitution for cash. There is none of that, right? None of that. Plus, if the float is DRS'd, that forces basically a short squeeze if you forcefully DRS the entire float. This is huge because I believe we have seen several hints at DRSing our shares, especially from Roaring Kitty, and we didn't really listen. And I understand that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying I understand that. Right now, I do still see upside in GameStop. I do still see pressure on short sellers. I do still see a major move higher. However, if I'm just saying on the back burner, if we really need something obscene to happen, and it will be hard to get all of retail to DRS their shares, it would be direct registration. Ultimately, we are still in a gap up phase. We gapped up higher. We haven't seen this amount of volume for quite a long time, at least a couple of months. And hopefully this volume follows through. We're flat currently after hours. But I believe the next move is probably going to be another gap up or that climb on the daily time frame for GameStop. And all of these moves given are realistic, right? GameStop can easily move an 8% day. GameStop can, GameStop can easily move following that a 15% day, and it can also move, a 23% day. We've seen all of these happen, and it can also move up to our 52 short-term price target, which is about a 107% gain from where we're trading at, right? It can do that in one day. We've seen all that happen. So this is just a quick update I wanted to give. I also wanted to state that this is very sad. President Trump says Charlie Kirk has died after being shot. Now, I don't care about your political views. I don't care what views you have, but I like Charlie Kirk. I think that he was well-spoken, well-educated, and also this is just very sad. I mean, I would hope that this news isn't right after immediately being published, but again, that would just be denial. I think that if you state that somebody should die because of their views, you are a psychopath and you should unsubscribe from my channel because I don't like that. But overall, rest in peace, prayers for his family. But that is what I got for you guys for today's video. Make sure to press the top link in the description, join the Discord server, and the link right under that gets you my pattern detection indicator. Go check those links out, guys. Smash that subscribe button, turn post notifications on. 2 videos again in one day. Do this for you guys, and I appreciate all the support. I love you all. God bless. Lottery Stocks out.